I'm Jacob Smith and we're here with
Todd Smith.
And I'm now a two-time winner of the Safari, and Todd's only a one-time winner, so I've got one up on him there, which is good. I've been downgraded from the Dakar gig to the interviewer, doing the comparo between the Dakar bike and the Safari bike. So obviously the fuel tanks are the biggest change between the two bikes. The engines are similar, or very similar actually, and the tanks are a lot different. We got 36 or 37 litres here, where we had 32 on the Safari bike. Obviously all the nav towers and everything are completely different. There's a lot more stuff you got to put on the bikes for Dakar, obviously, with your your beacons and your GPS systems and all that kind of thing. What do you reckon, mate? What's the big difference between the Safari bike and the Dakar bike? How are you going to get it done?
Oh, they're pretty similar, really. They're just a bit. The Dakar bike's a lot nicer to steer. Like, there's no weight on the handlebars. Everything's frame mounted, so that makes a lot of difference when you're tipping into the corner. But then there is a lot of top heavy weight to having all the navigational stuff up high. Makes it a little bit different to ride. But
so yeah, when we first found out that one of us were going to Dakar, it was a fairly quiet trip home in the car. Obviously I was pretty cranky, and that's just the way it goes, I guess. I kind of knew it was coming, because the obvious thing would be, if once we found out we're going to Dakar, it would have been, you've got the gig and your brother's a backup ride or whatever. But there was a fair pause between it all, and I sort of knew it was coming, and we'd spoke a bit about it, and I was sort of geeing him up, saying, mate, you got to get training because you're going to Dakar, and he's like, nah, you're going. So it's all good, really. We don't get too cranky at each other, eh? It's not like we're out of blue or anything. I'm pretty pumped that he's got to go. At least one of us get to go and do it. But obviously I was disappointed I didn't get to go, but it's just the way it goes.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of pressure on me, because if we go over this year and don't do any good, it's sort of going to be hard for Glenn to sort of get back there again with either Jake or I, the amount of money and resources put in. So I need to get a good result, so that it sort of makes way for Jake to get there again too, I think. So it's I'm not really going to be thinking of the end result or the big pitch while I'm racing, I don't think. But definitely there is a little bit of pressure there to perform, so that Jake can come over there, and together I think we'll both there would be a good package. We could sort of coach each other along, and it'd probably be a lot more enjoyable race having a close mate there to talk to every night too. So hopefully in the future it's more than a 1 year plan. I want to do this more than once, hopefully, and hopefully it can happen in the future.
Yeah, that's the thing, when you got in the first week, when I knew there was some Aussies behind me or some guys that can speak English, it's a lot more settling. And then the second week, when I knew I was having issues with the bike and stuff like that, and I felt like I was the Lone Ranger, really. You're out there by yourself. So definitely this year, with having Grabbo and Fishy and Troy O'Connor and hopefully Rod and the boys over there, it'll definitely ease your mind a little bit when you know there's some guys there, especially if you're in front of them, to back you up. And I always said when I got home, if I never got to go back, that I got to race Dakar, and I'd be happy with that. But I'm not putting any pressure on Todd or anyone. I'm not going to be saying go and get a result so I can go back. It's not. I just hope he goes there and does what I know he can do, and just rides the thing to its potential, really. And he'll get the result. There's no doubt about that. It's just making it all happen. It's the hard part about Dakar, is that you just the unknowns. You can prepare for everything that we've learnt, but then there's always unknowns over there, and the language, and just being in a different country is the hard part. So I'm sure they'll get it done, and I'll be watching on the net, I suppose. What's your realistic goal?
Just to finish first off, but if everything goes well, there's no reason why I can't rob myself into the top 20 or 10. I think top 20 is really shouldn't be too hard a drama if I don't have any mistakes or bike troubles. But hopefully if I can get up there and feel alright and pick up the map reading, I should be able to ride with the top guys, hopefully.
What about 33rd? That sound good? One spot when I was. I might get the gig following you or something. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe if I had the same troubles as you, if I come 33rd, I'll probably be happy with that. But hopefully everything goes fine and we can get up there and get you over there too. So mate, this year on the Safari, you're definitely a little bit worried about you and I racing together. What was the feeling like when I broke down?
I was pretty pissed off, to be honest. I couldn't believe it, but I knew as I seen you stop there, it was going to be a much easier race. I know that. Obviously, I wanted to beat you fair and square and race for 7 days and still beat you by half an hour or something like that. But it would have been nice to race the whole way, but I knew that as soon as you were out that it was going to be a much easier race for me. But Yeah, it sucked really. Yeah, the tough question. So yeah, like I've been in a relationship with my missus for a couple of years now, and you know the marriage word gets sprung around a little bit, and I sort of want to know, is it worth it, mate? You had a week on the honeymoon, and how was it? What's the ratio? Is it good?
It's a good ratio, mate.
Yeah.
Definitely worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good conversion rate.
Yeah, not bad, not bad.
Yeah.
A few runs on the board, so hopefully the runs keep coming, mate.
Yeah, that's what I like to hear, because a lot of the blokes I work with are married, and they say, "No, mate, it's all done and dusted. You get married, there's no more action." So we've got to make sure that's going. I might give Todd a year or two and then see how I go, see if it's still happening.
Yeah, ask me the same question again this time next year. Well, I'll give you an answer.
Right, pre-Dakar next year, we've got to get the runs on the board and see what happens.